emotions are experienced in this lifetime, far more than they are experienced on the other side. Now let me explain. Part of the nature of our reality, of being a human being, is experiencing human emotions. Imagine that you're not a human being. Okay, that's kind of hard to do given that you are a human being. But imagine for a moment that you've let go of your physical human body and it's just you, the essence of you, a point of consciousness, that point of consciousness that is you. Now again, in this lifetime we're given an ego, the me in this lifetime, and beneath that there is a you that is far more fundamental, and that's kind of what we're trying to get back to in this lifetime. So imagine that you're the essence of you, your soul if you will, just for the sake of this. Casting off your human overcoat for a little while, you also cast off all those animalistic emotions. All those years of evolution, millions of years of evolution, and whether we're tinkered with by various ET species or not, we still experience animalistic emotion. We still get angry, we still get triggered when we perceive someone has wronged us, infringed on our territory, or insulted a family member perhaps. We're triggered and we feel angry. Now, anger is based on fear. We fear someone infringing on our territory because it will make us feel unsafe. We fear someone insulting a family member because it interferes with our sense of authority, again with safety. It all is rooted in fear, but this anger is a response due to fear, and it's an animalistic emotion. It doesn't need to be had, because if you have higher reasoning, higher consciousness, you realize that anger does not need to be experienced. You realize it's coming from your animal self, that red root chakra emotion. That's what the root chakra, the red chakra, is all about. The chakra at the base of your spine. It's that first stage in our consciousness evolution, that first density of existence, that raw chemical element energy which is within you. Your root of physical self, but not divine self, not infinite self. So here in this reality, it's a mixture of our physical self and our soul. Our soul projects us into this reality, and it has certain rules. There's certain rules of being a human being, and those rules are you will experience certain emotions. So while we're here in this lifetime, we work hard on not purging our emotions, but balancing them out. We want to experience love, don't we? I want to experience love. That's the highest emotion, the direct opposite of fear at the other end of the spectrum. I want to experience that. But the animalistic version would be that of lust, and that can be easily confused, and not that there's anything wrong with sexual energy, of course, but again, it's very animalistic. We desire someone physically, and that is your human body doing the work. But love is different to that. Love for all things, love for a partner, that appreciation, not need, not to fulfill some physical need, but that love for someone, which is universal, that universal kind of love. And that's what we're trying to move towards. It's a challenge for us in this lifetime to recognize the animalistic, physical emotions, the red root chakra emotions going on, and to balance them out and to find our way to the light, essentially. Find our way to our true selves, in which emotion doesn't play such a big part. It's not so bipolar, if you will. There's not so much in the way of mood swings happening. because your animalistic self is not causing those mood swings, those extremes of behaviour that are as a result of the extremes in emotion. Those who have out-of-body experiences, like myself, and those who have had near-death experiences, just as an example, they will go over and they will experience the other side. And they will say things like, when they've gone over, that emotions dissolve away, extremes of emotion dissolve away, fear dissolves away, lustful, sexual wanting dissolves away and reveals love, frustrations dissolve away, the obsession with all the intricacies of our system and everything that stresses us out, it all dissolves away, and we go to a default of emotion which is more pure and beautiful. Now, those who go travelling out of body also say that they experience a layer of existence, a part of creation, a frequency, if you will, where those who are discarnate, humans who have gone over to the other side, and they're not earthbound, they're not wandering around our earthly plane, but they're in another plane where they're healing. Now, there's a lot of emotion experienced there, because that's like a holding area for those who are still trapped in their animalistic human emotions. In this plane of existence, they're all having sex with each other, they're all fighting with each other and playing out killing each other. Of course, they don't kill each other, but thought forms are manifested. Theatres of the mind, theatres of illusions are created that they exist within and play out certain roles with each other, killing each other, fighting, arguing, being frustrated. Thought form manifestations will be conjured up where an entity will have altercations with an imaginary entity that isn't really existing, although it's given life of its own within this illusion. So in this plane of existence, those who are still trapped within and totally immersed in these human emotions will play them out and heal them. God knows how long they're there for. They may be there for millennia if they can't learn the lessons. Of course, they're helped, and there's always entities there to help them to realise that they haven't let go of their human self. They're still swept up and trapped in all their emotions. Instead of being a point of awareness and seeing the emotions come and go, they are swept up in them and they are totally part of them and immersed in them. And this is the lesson we must learn. We can skip that phase of healing when we go over, simply by realizing that those emotions are not us, they are happening to us. Those extremes of emotion are here as learning and experience for us in this lifetime. Now, by having this realization in this lifetime, we can see them come and go. It's not that I'm not moved. It's not that others like me are not moved by things that happen. It just washes over us like water off a duck's back. If something negative happens to us, it's okay. It's a challenge, not a problem. It's all creation throwing these learning and experience aims in our direction that we're attracting to ourselves, of course. But you take things in your stride more, and those animalistic emotions that crop up and try to grab hold of you and make you act differently or be unable to cope, they don't grab hold of you anymore. They don't affect your behaviour so much anymore. Of course they do a little. We are human after all. But the emotions don't grab you so much anymore, and you can return bit by bit, piece by piece, over time, to a more truer self, nearer to your soul, if you will, letting those animal emotions like fear, anger, frustration, lots of intense lust, wanting, jealousy, and anything you can think of, even shame and all those things we need to do inner work on from our past, they don't affect us so much anymore because they are of the earthly illusion.